Good evening and welcome to Electronic Game Information and our continuing coverage leading up to E3 2019. Before we get into any of our stories tonight, I just want to take a few moments aside and look at some fan art, some wonderful fan art that we've been sent over the last few days. Alan, are you there? Alan? First up, we have a wonderful drawing by friend of the show, Michaela Mashney. Michaela has drawn a lovely picture that says, "I love EGI." It's a picture of me in my costume and also Alan. And if you can take a quick look at that, you can't see Alan. Much like we cannot hear Alan currently, we also cannot see him because he wore the wrong color costume, and so he can't be seen properly. Alan, are you there? Alan, you're
yes, Robbie, I can hear you. I'm
did you see this
in the
wonderful
chat.
drawing from Michaela?
Can I? Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
That's you and me, and they even got your little handset there. Your little handset.
They got the costume all wrong.
They got the costume's
that's
right.
Okay.
No, it's an artistic interpretation, and you can see they've got they've written some nice. Michaela's written some words. 1 year of EGI. 1 year of EGI.
Yay!
That's right, because we started this show
1 year.
Yeah, exactly. One year ago to
EGI.
For when we started the show. E3 2018 is now E3 2019, or at least the coverage of E3 2019. And so what a wonderful anniversary gift from Michaela. Here's another lovely drawing. This one is from Nacho Cheese 3, or cheese. It's one of those jokes, Alan, where the cheese is the 3.
That's so fun. Thank you, Nacho 3. Cheese.
You know, it's cheese 3. But it's Nacho Cheese 3, and it's our costumes from our game developers conference coverage. That was Alan.
I remember that.
What was do you remember? You had all those different hats,
right?
Alan,
because
you had all this wonderful.
Yes, you had a really offensive kind of a racist.
No, it was.
hat.
It was not a. No, Alan.
Thank you for Cheese 3 for sending in a fun drawing.
It does say GDC on it, so it came a little late, but it's still a wonderful drawing. Thank you so much, Nacho Cheese. Friend of the show, Ouija, sent this in. Alan, can you see this? Well,
I don't know what it is.
Well, it's a bit more I guess abstract than some of the stuff that we've seen
I'm
so
gonna
far.
ask.
Yeah, okay.
We got Ouija in the chat.
Well, here's what I think. We got Ouija in the chat. Ouija's showing up. This is I'm assuming this is Shadowhawk driving a wagon with Spawn, perhaps. And there's all sorts of interesting details. And we just done something fun. We just put green on it. So you put green on it, and it keys out, much like Alan's costume.
Ouija says it's a drawing of the guys, just hanging out.
Just the guys hanging out. Thank you, Ouija, friend of the show. Ouija, wonderful drawing. All the guys hanging out in the car. Okay, this is another drawing, Alan. This is from I don't know if I have the name on this one, unfortunately, but this is a lovely drawing.
Is that? Is that
it's me and you,
but
and
it's
words. It's all these words, and all these words say things like "May I please enter?" That's a little short film that Alan made, and says
those are words about
Blue Leader
and
our words. It's stuff that we've made. It's stuff that we've worked on together over the years. It's a wonderful, fitting tribute for a 1 year anniversary of E3 and EGI and all these wonderful things.
Happy 1 year anniversary to you, Robbie.
Is there anyone?
Back
to you, Alan. And can you see if there's anybody in the chat who this might be their drawing? Because we didn't write it on the back, so we just want to make sure that they get the shout out that they deserve. Here is another wonderful drawing. This is from Mel. Mel is a wonderful artist. Has drawn a wonderful interpretive scene from the game that I made up. It's got Spawn, and it's got I'm guessing that must be Philip there. And guess what, Alan? They're on the rooftop. They're having a picnic on the rooftop with you and me.
It's very fun.
And then look, Mel even got the fact that you wore the wrong costume, Alan. You wore the wrong costume for your EGI E3 2019 coverage.
People can tell. Well, it wasn't wrong.
Well,
and people can tell what I am now if I hold my hands.
I ordered you a costume. I sent it to you. You were supposed to. It's water under the bridge, Alan, and maybe this makes me think maybe we should have some more bridges in the game that I made up. Because what hides under bridges, Alan? The truth. Okay, this is a wonderful drawing by Chloe Chone. Chloe has drawn me, just me. And I look very serious. I look like I'm maybe thinking about something to say. Sometimes I do get lost in thought on the show. This is it's a complicated show with a lot of content, a lot of stuff to go over. So this is me just thinking, and maybe I'm thinking about Alan and some of the things I wish I could say to Alan, but can't ever really concentrate when I'm around him, because we're working on something. This is another drawing of me. This is from Kendall Godcharles, and Kendall has drawn a picture of me with a sword. Alan, what do you think of that?
They messed up. So
how did they mess it up, Alan? Looks pretty good to me.
Can you show it again?
It's right here, Alan.
Yeah.
Right here.
Well, the background's keying out.
Well, the background's keying out. That's an artistic choice, much like you made an artistic choice to not wear the Ryu costume that I had purchased and had sent to you express shipping for EGI E3 2019. This is a wonderful drawing by Grace Toscano, and Grace has drawn the two of us, and look at that. Grace even got your costume artistically correct. It keys out, Alan. Green keys out when it's when there's a green key on the backdrop. Isn't that the most interesting thing?
I know how it works.
Okay, that's how chroma green works, Alan. You can always double check, and you can make sure that you have something that is not chroma green that you're bringing onto the set, because you'll disappear, much like the soldiers of June 6, 1944 disappeared into the German war machine.
Just days away from E3. Back to you, Robby.
Back to you, Alan. And this is a drawing from Gabriella Crespo. It's all these wonderful drawings of all the different costumes that I've had on over the course of this the last few EGI coverage. What would you call this? Coverage seasons? Coverage.
It's a season, and those are very cute drawings.
Season. These are very cute drawings. I love each and every one. Everyone has got a different thing that it seems to be saying. One of these is saying maybe, Alan, should I take this hat off? Or where's Alan? Or probably, I think
I'm not in the drawing, but based on what you said, it seems like the drawing is about me.
No, it's about me. It's all just me. Okay, and here's another drawing. This is from Amy Andrews. Amy Andrews' in-depth world-building thoughts is written on it in red. So it's a serious thought. I think I look quite heroic and strong. I think that the neck muscles are good, and the proportions are just about right. What do you think about that, Alan?
I think it looks like a photograph of my friend Robby.
It's a wonderful photograph, a wonderful tribute from Amy. E3 2019 being right around the corner. What a wonderful thing to carry with us as we go into this wonderful season, this wonderful time of year where our entire gaming community comes together. We have one final. It's not a drawing. It's just an email that says from Tony Z that says Legend of Legaia is the greatest RPG of all time. So I don't know about that, Tony, but you took the time and you took the chance, and here you go. Well, our first story of the evening is, of course, Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch. Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch was just recently on sale for $19.99 on the Nintendo eShop. It's not on sale anymore, but it was on sale. It was a 10 years of Minecraft sale from all of us here at Electronic Game Information. Congratulations to you for another for 10 years of Minecraft, and here's to another 10 years of Minecraft. And the fact is that I purchased Minecraft on my own for the full price. So it was just on sale for $19.99. I purchased Minecraft for $30. I purchased for a full $29.99, and I purchased it on Amazon.com, so I would receive the full 5% back on my Amazon credit card, in addition to the 5% back that I get in Nintendo Gold points. So in other words, I received a total of 10% back on my Minecraft for $30 on the Nintendo Switch purchase. So if you look at it in one way, that's kind of like getting Minecraft for $27, $26.99. Or maybe I could move that $3 over to the next purchase I made. So if I purchased, say, Dragon Quest XI when it comes out for $59.99, I would get it for $56.99, $57 on the eShop, which also gets that 5% back in Nintendo Gold points. And I could put, I could put that $3, that same $3 that I got from the 10% back off of Minecraft, because I bought Minecraft for the full price, 10% back, $3. I could put it towards one of those 2-game vouchers that you can get on the eShop now. Those 2-game vouchers, they're normally $99.99. I would be paying $97, $96.99. And that could mean I could get Mario Maker 2 and Dragon Quest XI for $96.99. And this assumes Dragon Quest XI will be one of those games that you can get with the voucher when it comes out. I think that's a strong possibility, considering that Dragon Quest Builders 2 is one of the games you can get with the voucher, so we can only assume that the Dragon Quest XI will also be one of those. So, but anyway, that's like getting two $59.99 games each for $48.50. That's almost a full 20% off, and you get that 5% back in Nintendo Gold points. So yes, I did purchase the 2-game voucher. I did it because it was an experiment. Because I'm always trying to stretch the money in my eShop account, and yes, that usually ends up with me getting games that I don't really want, just cheap roguelikes and walking simulators. And the thinking was that I would get the vouchers and then be forced to get the games that the vouchers cover, the limited library that the vouchers cover, the games that I want. So I got the vouchers, immediately purchased Mario Maker 2, and we'll see if that ends up being the smart move, because I still have not hit the $1 per hour of gameplay threshold I have from the spreadsheet, from the first Mario Maker for the Wii U, which I purchased at full price for $59.99 at launch. But we're talking about Minecraft, and it was marked down to $10 less than what I paid for it, and I've barely played it. I've barely played it. And we all know that Minecraft is supposed to be a big game, a game that requires a big amount of time, a big commitment. When I bought Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch, I told myself, Robert Bruce Rackleff Jr., you are going to pay the asking price, and the fact that you paid the asking price, you paid top dollar. So you are going to play this game, Minecraft, on the Nintendo Switch for 60, 70, 80 hours. You're gonna get at least 50 cents per hour of gameplay for that $30 investment that you made into Minecraft for the Nintendo Switch. And that's just assuming the initial dive I was planning into the magical, mysterious, mystical world of Minecraft. And I still haven't played on the Nintendo Switch or any other consoles or phones or computers. But there's no time like the present, Robert Bruce Rackleff Jr. At least that's what I told myself. I was still talking to myself when I bought Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch for the full price, instead of holding off for a few months and then maybe getting up to $10 off the $29.99 that they were asking on the Nintendo eShop. I did get those 5% back in gold points, but this keeps happening to me. It keeps happening. I purchase games with the expectation that, one, I will make the time to play a game simply because I bought the game for the full price, and it doesn't happen, and I watch helplessly as the price falls, and I realize that I could have held off for the better deal, and that value that I've been longing for would have been increased. Alan, what's the lesson here? What am I supposed to be learning from all of this?
Robbie, I think the lesson would probably be that you should not limit yourself in terms of how much you're going to spend on fun, and if you're going to treat yourself sometimes. It's not, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. You don't need to micromanage and make spreadsheets. Just have fun with these games. They're made to have fun.
I understand, Alan.
Right?
It's an encouraging thing that you're saying. I do think that you do end up spending. If you end up spending, you have to find ways to limit yourself. You need to find ways to create boundaries around yourself, because otherwise you'll fly off into mysterious spaces.
Right? Yeah. Yes, but they are games, and games are fun. So just go nuts and have fun.
Alan, but
I'm having fun.
I'm having fun. I'm trying to say is that, like, if I purchase a game for $60 and I don't put 60 hours into it, I feel like I feel like a fool, Alan.
No big deal.
I feel like I don't know. I have no control over these things. It's like I decide I'll just purchase this, and then I'll just have done it, and then it'll be out of my head, and then it's not out of my head because I don't get around to playing it. It's just sitting there, and then I'm going back on the eShop every day and seeing the price drop.
Hearing you loud and clear, it all makes perfect sense, but it is wrong.
Chat, Alan? I feel like
Rita says Alan has a point.
This must be a universal experience. I can't be the only one having this.
Let's see. They just. Oh, they want you to. Oh, okay. Nick Nocturne wants you to say, don't tell him about Google Stadia. He won't be happy. What do you think about that?
Google Stadia. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced it's actually happening. There's a big press conference about it, but things happen, and people forget. So thank you, Nick, for your comment, and let's take some phone calls. Hi, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information. That's our E3 2019 coverage. We're talking about how much money you spend on a game versus how much time you get out of it.
Hi, I actually had a question about Animal Crossing, but it's kind of in the same vein. Like, I put over 900 hours in Animal Crossing. I just don't understand why they're not talking about a new one coming out, because that's all I really want.
Well, that's all anybody really wants, and they're teasing it. They're just teasing it out. They're putting out all these press releases. Oh, we're going to let you play Luigi's Mansion 3 and the Pokemon Sword and Shield. But I do have a feeling that they will say something. Maybe it won't be playable on the show floor, but they will say something about Animal Crossing, and that is one of those games. One of those games that is going to be a big time commitment. So you'll be sure to get your value out of it one day. Come hell or high water.
Yeah, because when that game came out, I was waking up to play it. I was falling asleep playing it, and I refused to recognize the mobile version. Like, that's not Animal Crossing.
It's not Animal
Crossing.
And I
feel like I don't know what I'm going to do if they don't say something about it. I can accept that Fantasy Life 2 isn't going to happen, but why no Animal Crossing? How is there not an Animal Crossing on the Switch? I just really hope that they say something.
It's the perfect system for it. I'm with you all the way. I think it's a travesty that they didn't launch with the new Animal Crossing, that they didn't even just put a stopgap port of the old GameCube Animal Crossing into the Nintendo Switch library. They could. It's not that hard.
Robby,
right, exactly.
Alan is trying to say something.
I just can't wait to get on the E3 floor and play Animal Crossing hands-on.
There's no promise that Animal Crossing is going to be on the show floor.
It's going to be there. It would be stupid not to put it out. We want to play it. They're going to have it. We're going to play it.
This is the problem with you can't just. This is cloud bursting, Alan, and you do it too much. All right, thank you for your call. I hope you have a wonderful E3 2019. We have another caller on the line. This is Electronic Game Information. You're on the line here. We are talking about games with a great deal of time and value, whether it be financial or emotional involvement.
Games with value. So are you talking about rarity?
No, none of that. Well, no, we're talking about this is a game. I want to hear about a game that you bought for yourself that you spent you spent a lot of time with. Maybe you dropped $20 on it, maybe you dropped $40 on it, but you played that thing and you just played the hell out of it. You woke up the last person that just got off the phone, they said they woke up, they played Animal Crossing every day. They put 900 hours in Animal Crossing. What game did you put that many hours into? I know you got one in the chamber.
Definitely.
Oh, what do you got?
First of all, I gotta agree with our first caller. Animal Crossing for the 3DS, but also Mario Odyssey. I felt like I put a lot of time into Mario Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey's a good game. There's the famous adage about Mario Odyssey that doesn't really start until you beat the game.
Exactly. I haven't gotten too far in the moons yet, but it seems like that's something I should tackle one day. And their whole DLC thing, they're still adding stuff. I feel like that's really smart.
Yeah, and this is Nintendo at their best when they take a game, a valuable game like that, and they ask you to put all that time into it. You make a connection, you have an emotional involvement in it, and then they keep you coming back.
Yeah, that's the Miyamoto promise.
Miyamoto promise, I like that. Alan, why don't you get that tattooed on your back?
You want me to get the Miyamoto promise
Caller, thank you for your time. We have to move on. We're talking about all these things about money and games and time. And Alan, my concern here with the whole Minecraft on the Switch situation is that it sort of turns into the whole Nintendo Wii U situation all over again. Alan, do you remember the Nintendo Wii U?
Yes, absolutely. I bought the Nintendo Wii U. Big mistake on my part. A lot of the games I bought, I spent full price on a lot of those games. The Switch came out. They re-released the games. I couldn't just re-download them, even though I had paid for them, and I was stuck in a big pickle.
Well, let me tell you what I mean when I talk about the Wii U situation, Alan, because when the Wii U came out, like you, I loved it. I was picking up all those first-party exclusives. I was spending top dollar on New Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 3D World. I was invested in the Wii U, and I showed my commitment to my investment by buying Wii U versions of Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4, Deus Ex Human Revolution, Director's Cut, Ninja Gaiden 3, and full disclosure here, I did get Ninja Gaiden 3 at a steep discount for Ninja Gaiden 3. This is not an endorsement of Ninja Gaiden 3, but I think Alan, you get what I'm trying to say here? Those are all the third-party games I got on the Wii U, not Ninja Gaiden 3, not an endorsement. I wanted to not only show my support of the Nintendo Wii U exclusives, but also show that the Wii U was a viable platform for third-party developers, and not only a viable platform, but also an ideal platform because of the possibilities of that second screen, especially when it came to Assassin's Creed games, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. You got the second inventory screen being used for maps, inventory. It made sense. It had its effort. It was a worthy effort, and people are always saying, Robby, it made it awkward. It made it awkward. It made it stressful to look down from the game that you were playing on screen to the gamepad in the lap. It broke the line of sight. The line of sight, what John Berger called the way of seeing. And I'm not going to say, I'm going to say, stop to the people that say to people that say these things. Take a good long rethink of your position. Let's take a look at Zombie U. Here's a game that used the second screen as a way to build tension. Imagine you're in a similarly dangerous situation as the one that Zombie U puts you in, and you need something from your backpack. And this is real life we're talking about. If you were in that real situation that Zombie U puts you in, but for real, you're going to need to stop what you're doing, kneel down, open up the backpack, and hope and pray that you can get what you really need out of the backpack before something really bad happens. And that's Immersion 101. That's Immersion Wonderful 101. It was a feature that could only be explored with that second screen. It was exclusive to the Wii U, and shame on us. Shame on us for not giving it the chance it deserved. And just so we're clear, I did not finish Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 4, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition, or any of the games I just talked about on the Wii U. That's besides the point, and I won't be shamed for it. It's E3 2019. Let's go to the phones. Hello, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information. We just talked a lot about the Wii U. All these games that I bought on the Wii U, some for full price, some like Ninja Gaiden 3, I did get at a discount, but I wanted to buy the games and show my support for a system like that.
Well, Robby, I gotta tell you, I bought my Wii U. I bought the Zelda, the Wind Waker version.
Oh, you gotta get the Wind Waker.
I saved the box. I saved everything that was in it. 4 years later, I ran out of money. I needed to buy a new car. Sold that on eBay for $250. Robby, talk about holding its value, Robby. That is a console that holds its value. All I had to do was take up space in my closet with my Wii U box. I needed to keep it nice and clean, but I do that anyway.
I love what you're saying.
Years later, when I needed it most, it came in and it helped me in a bad situation. It gave me $250 for my car that I had smashed in an accident.
That's a terrible situation to have smashed a car. Car is a tool that you use to get through the day. Many people need cars. You got to replace a car if you need a car and you crash the car. And let me talk to you a little bit about this $250, because I'm betting that you spent. Well, how much did you spend on that? Did you get the Wii U Standard Edition or the Pro Edition?
I do not remember, Robbie.
Was it the black one or the white one?
$300. It was the black one.
So you got the Pro. You got the Pro Edition. It had 32 gigabytes. And I believe that one did come packaged with the game. Maybe not maybe not at launch, but eventually it did come. It was packaged with the Nintendo World. Eventually, it got packaged with Super Mario 3D World, but maybe you got it sometime before that.
I must have gotten it sometime before that, Robbie. But while I've got you on the phone, we got to talk about New Vegas on the Switch. I'm putting it on my PC right now. Just finished Honest Heart.
Absolutely.
Not happy with it, Robbie. Not happy with how that DLC went. I'm not going to give up on Fallout New Vegas. If I could play it on the go, it would be all I ever did with the rest of my life.
You know,
Robbie.
if Nintendo and Bethesda and all the people that are involved in that decision-making process could hear your voice right now and hear the passion that you're willing to put out there for Fallout New Vegas on the Nintendo Switch. I went to Las Vegas recently, and all I could think about was Fallout New Vegas. I couldn't think about anything else. I didn't even leave the hotel room. A frightening place in real life, and it's a much more frightening place when you think about all those crazy crabs and weird people hanging around after the bombs fall on it.
Robbie, well, I can tell you something about New Vegas. I can tell you that it is much less frightening than actually being in Las Vegas. I feel like they did a great job in that. I'm not sure how they pulled it off. When I went to Las Vegas, I went to P.F. Chang's. I had a wonderful time.
Wonderful time at P.F. Chang's. Alan, you're the P.F. Chang expert on this in this situation, aren't you? What's the thing that you always get at P.F. Chang's?
I don't actually think I've been to a P.F. Chang's. I think you might be thinking of someone else or something else.
Alan has been to P.F. Chang's. He loves P.F. Chang's. He always gets the same thing at P.F. Chang's. He has it written down on a slip of paper. He hands it to the waitress at the P.F. Chang's in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I absolutely don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you for your call. We're going to go to the next call. And hello, caller. You're on the air with Electronic Game Information. We're talking about E3. We just got over a whole hump of talking about Fallout New Vegas. Caller excited for the possibility, for the slim possibility that they might port Fallout New Vegas to the Nintendo Switch.
I'm not really familiar with that series. It's not really my cup of tea. It's hard to really comment on that.
Alan, what do you think about this caller so far?
I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I think the Fallout series is wonderful and fun all the way through from beginning to end.
Well, caller, you've upset Alan. Alan loves the Fallout series. He's even gone so far as to put himself out there for Fallout 76.
Well, really, that's kind of a dedication. I imagine a lot of people kind of disagreeing with him.
Well, okay, so what's your poison? What's your Fallout? What's the game that you're willing to put yourself on the line for? God Almighty.
Well, like, were you talking about like games that are new, or talking about like retro? Because I'm kind of into some retro games.
I mean, it could be anything. It's like the game that you think of when we've got some free time for yourself in these crazy busy days that we have as people living in the world that we live in. You think to yourself, God, I have some time, and I'm just going to spend it playing.
For me, like a really good game, a classic, is Mario Party 6 for Nintendo GameCube. It came out in 2004. It came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of my favorites. It has amazing music.
Mario Kart?
No, Mario Party 6. Alan, you're the Mario Party expert, so why don't you take this caller at his word?
Yeah, caller. So you love Mario Party 6 for the GameCube?
Yeah.
What character do you play
I love like the minigame instruction theme. I listen to it over New Year's Eve.
Fun.
It's tradition. I choke on grapes during New Year's Eve. So
you suck on grapes?
Tradition.
What?
Yeah, I choke on grapes.
I don't like the way that this conversation's going. It's creeping me out. Alan, you got any last words to say about Mario Party 6 for the Nintendo GameCube?
I love all the Mario Party games.
He loves all the Mario Party games, so we got time for
that one's good too.
One more call. Caller, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information. Don't say anything weird. This is a show that strives to be on the straight and narrow. Caller, you're on the air with electronic game information. Just be kind, be honest, and be true. All right. Well, we got one call. We got the caller on the air. What do you got?
Hey, I was talking about games you want to put the line on, and for me personally, it's got to be anything by Suda51.
Suda51. He's
No More Heroes.
Alan, you hear that? Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
He doesn't know what Suda51 is. No More Heroes. No More Heroes 2. Shadow of Darkness.
You don't know that crap, man? That's like the crazy stuff, man.
Well,
like,
I know it.
like
Alan doesn't
crazy
know
stuff
it.
inside.
No. That's like one of those weird games you
Alan,
get. You
I love
can't find
You gotta
anywhere.
know
They don't
this,
make
man.
sense.
You gotta learn this stuff. This is important stuff.
This is important stuff. Alan, listen to this. This is a. I can tell you're not listening to me. Maybe you'll listen to him.
I thought we were talking about Wii U. Is that even a Wii U game?
No, well, No More Heroes was on the Wii.
No More Heroes obviously expand on the Wii U. I mean, he did really great
You
on the
can play it
original
on the
Wii.
Wii U.
I mean,
You can play it on the Wii.
With the stick and all that, it was great. And yeah, I want to see more No More Heroes. I want to see 3 or maybe a different turn-off, something.
Well, what do you think about that Desperate Struggle No More Heroes game that they just put out? Because I wasn't interested in it. That top-down perspective, that whole thing, I just couldn't handle it. I wanted the old
agree.
school.
It wasn't really
Travis
true. I
touchdown.
think he was just trying to. Yeah, he knew that really classic, that little junky old world style with the sass and the satire. I think he was just trying to market out to the wrong people. It didn't work out. Go back to the original style. That's what I think.
Absolutely. Alan, you're the Travis touchdown expert. What do you think of that?
Yeah, caller, what's your name?
My name is Andrew.
Andrew, have you ever played Grand Theft Auto 5? It's super fun.
Okay, that's enough time.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all the time we have for that call. So, Dave, your call, Andrew. We got a video break coming up. We appreciate you for talking to me and Alan. Video break coming up. We'll be right back. Now, I know that we're all excited because E3's coming up, and we're all excited about all the new stuff and all the wonderful glitz and glamour of the biggest video game show on the planet, the biggest game show of the year. And this evening, I want to take a quick look at a game that is not going to necessarily have a big presence at E3. It's kind of like. Well, it's a game that already came out. It's a game that's been out for a while. It's not a review. Alan, what am I trying to say here? Alan, what's the word that I'm looking for? What am I doing here? We're having a it's.
Can you hear me, Robbie?
I can hear you. I can hear you, but it's you're Alan. What the hell are you doing out there?
I'm just making I'm fixing a mistake.
Alan, I don't know where
this is working.
The place that you are in, Alan, is not necessarily a good place to be doing that. There's lots of fans and vents, and you gum up the work. But
Robbie, I just want to quickly say thank you for fixing the temperature in here. It is perfect. Not too cold, not too hot. I'm loving it.
It's gotten quite hot in here. I'm not sure what's happening. It seems like they fixed one thing and broke another on the way. I do wish that you would stop doing that. You're surrounded by a great number of computers that could be completely ruined by whatever it is you're dumping all over yourself.
It got on my tongue. Robbie, what is the segment you're doing?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get around at, is because it's like the tip of my tongue. It's like I'm talking about something, but I'm not giving an opinion of it.
Is this a lecture?
Is it?
Well, I don't know. Is it fun? It's not stand-up comedy.
It's not stand.
You're doing stand-up comedy.
It's
about
just that I'm
games.
just talking about something, and I had a few things that I wanted to say about it, and now I got to say them.
It's a conversation.
It's a conversation. I like that. Stardew Valley. It's about Stardew Valley. The wonderful Stardew Valley, a game about a small town with a lot of heart, where you meet new people, kind people. They give you recipes, they give you rocks and hay, and they help you build a magnificent farm. a magnificent farm out of a near barren patch of wilderness. And it's one of those games that you just have to talk about because with all the glitz and graphics and pizzazz that happens at this time of year around E3, this is the type of game that reminds us that you don't need anything other than a soul to get through the nasty slog that we all go through just to stay alive in this world. Now, I've been playing Stardew Valley a lot, and sometimes it's the first thing I get into in the morning. We had the caller talking about Animal Crossing being the first thing that they get into, and I got to say, sometimes I wake up and the first thing I want to do is I want to check out the fields. I want to look at the fruit trees. I want to make sure the ducks and chickens are happy with me. This is a game about upkeep. It's a game about commitment, organization. You might not be doing anything in the game, but you still have to be thinking weeks and months ahead about the choices that you've made or are about to make. And looking beyond the unassuming 16-bit graphics, what you have here is a game that's for adults. This is about making adult decisions. Adults have choices and responsibilities. That's what makes us different than children. You get up in the morning, you make a choice. Do I cut weeds? Do I visit the rock quarry? Do I go and fight slimes and bats and void spirits in the cave and mines? These are the choices that we make as adults. Maybe you just want to hang back, plant some kale or some star fruit. I plant the crops, I harvest them, I sell them to Pierre, and I know for a fact that there are people out there playing Stardew Valley right now who don't bother going into Pelican Town to sell the things that they grow. They just end up tossing them all into the wooden shipping box. And does that save time? Yes. But does that mean that you can sell produce on Wednesdays when Pierre's store is closed? Yes. But if you're saving time by not going into Pelican Town every day, then you're missing out on the whole point of Stardew Valley. You got to get out there. You got to meet the people, and you got to maintain those relationships with those people. When I plant blueberries, and they come up and I harvest them, I make sure to give everyone in town a blueberry. I have one of those gemstone copier machines that's making diamonds 24/7. 7 days a week, 4 months out of the year. That's 4 months of the year in Stardew Valley. That's spring, summer, fall, and winter. It makes diamonds every day, so everyone in Pelican Town can get a diamond. Everyone gets one. These are adult decisions. And there's no satisfaction that I get from selling my produce, the things that I've built, the things that I've built myself or harvested myself. There's no satisfaction in throwing them in a shipping box. And then in the middle of the night, what even happens? Somebody comes by and just makes a list of everything that's in the box, gives you some money, and that's a receipt. Just a receipt. I mean, you might as well just be playing video poker or betting on a CGI horse race. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, what would the ghost of your grandfather who left you the farm in Stardew Valley, what would he think about that? I mean, if you're not visiting Pelican Town, you're not making connections, you're not taking the produce to Pierre, you're not taking the fish to Willie, you're not taking the rocks and gems to Clint, you got to make a connection. You got to make it real. Alex, Sebastian, Harvey, Meru, Evelyn, George, Jody, villagers who you got to get to know, because you never know if they're going to give you a recipe or send you some hay or some rocks or marry you and live in your house. It's up to you. It's up to you. Don't be a child when you're playing Stardew Valley. And some people, I won't name names, but some people, including my beautiful wife, Katie, who is also the inspiration for my Stardew Valley avatar, some people are always asking me all the time, why are you playing all that Stardew Valley when you played near top dollar for Octopath Traveler or Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Near top dollar. I want to remind viewers that I did buy these games at a moderate discount. Probably is not as much as I could have saved if I had waited until after I had played Stardew Valley, but I still got a bit of a deal. Alan, do you remember how much I paid for Octopath Traveler?
70? I'm going to say $78.
Alan, you were here. We talked about it on the show. I'm going to give you one more chance to get it right. I bet maybe some people in the chat remember.
I'll ask, how much did Robby pay for Octo Game?
Octopath Traveler. It's called Octopath Traveler. You put Octo Game.
I can't spell it.
What are you talking about? Why can't you spell it?
You spell it and I'll type it.
A.
Oh,
Octo.
Octo.
OCTOPATH. Traveler.
Okay, well, autocorrect doesn't like that.
Well, I mean, Alan, have you been playing Stardew Valley?
No, I've been playing Days Gone, the big budget AAA title where I play as Deacon Saint Pow. I can't remember his last name.
Alan, I've heard that game isn't that great, and yet it's you're just playing these games because it's got the graphics.
Well, it has beautiful graphics. There are some glitches, but Deacon St. John travels around. He's a bad boy on a wild hog, and he tears around, and that's fun for me. And I like doing that.
Well, what are you even doing?
300 hours into this game.
What are you talking about? You're talking about killing people? You're talking?
No.
Murderer. You're a murderer. Why don't you play something that brings you something other than this just endless violence?
It's not violent. You just ride a bike. It's like bicycle riding, and that's not violent. Anyways, I probably guess that if it was on discount, you probably paid $30 for Octopath Traveler.
No, I paid $50 for Octopath Traveler. There was a whole bit where I talked about how I could have saved if I had waited a week. I could have saved, and I could have paid $41.99.
Okay. I remember. You could have paid. Right.
Okay.
Yes, you could have paid.
So
paid
what are people saying in the chat? People
said
remember
Octopath Traveler. People are asking, wasn't Deacon St. John in Led Zeppelin? I don't know what that means.
Okay. Well,
Generic
we got someone on the line. We got a phone call coming in. Hello, you're on the phone with Electronic Game Information. It's E3 2019. Just had to remind Alan how much I paid for Octopath Traveler. Do you remember how much I paid for Octopath Traveler?
You already said it.
You're on the air.
$50.
$50 for Octopath Traveler. Let's go to the next caller. Hello, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information. It's E3 2019. We got all sorts of fun stuff that we're talking about. We're talking about Stardew Valley. We're talking about some piece of crap game that Alan's playing just because it has nice graphics.
It's not bad.
Alan, we've got a caller on the line. Show some respect, and they will also show you respect. Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, I kind of have an issue.
What?
To address with you guys. I sent in some fan art, and you did not show it.
What are you talking about? We showed all the fan art. With that,
caller, Robbie showed all the fan art, and it was all really good, and Robbie showed it all. Thank you for sending it in.
If I missed a piece of fan art, then we have to make sure that we get all the fan art in. We show fan art.
You guys, I'm just very disappointed in you.
Well, this is a family show, so Alan is obviously the one in charge of getting the fan art and printing it up. So if you have an issue, you got to take it up with Alan.
Caller, any fan art that comes in, I print. So I did print it. Maybe it fell off Robbie's table, but I doubt it because he doesn't really make those.
Table, Alan. I've got a very large table. There's no sides.
Right.
It goes right up to the wall.
Well, hold on, caller. What was the drawing? What was the drawing of?
It was of Blue Man. There were 3 blue leaders.
3 blue leaders? We showed that.
We did?
No.
Well, Alan, we'll
go through the files.
We'll have to go through files. Caller, we'll show the 3 blue leaders on the air.
This is a larger issue. I think that there's some communications issues between you guys, and
Robbie and I are tight.
We're doing okay. We're doing good. We're working through
Robbie,
our issues.
I love you.
Love you too, Alan.
Everything
caller,
you say, I hear.
You.
I don't interrupt. I can hear you.
We hear everything that everyone is saying all the time. We're looking. We'll take a quick double check on that fan art. We'll get it back up on the screen next week. We have another video break, and then we'll be right back with the list. showed all the art, but all right, it's time for the list. Tonight's list. This is games that I have bought recently but haven't gotten around to playing, and which have since gone on sale for significantly less than what I paid for them. So again, this is game. I bought a game with the expectation that I would play it immediately after buying it, and then didn't play it, and I just waited, and then all of a sudden I saw the price drop. If I had just waited, and this has happened to me with Octopath Traveler. This has happened to me with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it's also happened to me with Minecraft. You remember Minecraft? We were talking about Minecraft at the top of the show. Minecraft is a game that I bought for $29.99, went on sale just recently for $10 off. If you can imagine that it is one of those things that I was so sure that I would have time to spend playing Minecraft on the Nintendo Switch, and I did not get around to playing it, and it has since gone down in price. Caller, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information. Do you have any games that you have bought recently that you have not gone around to playing that have significantly decreased in price since you bought it?
You know, I was thinking maybe if Stardew Valley wasn't taking as much of your time, you'd be able to finish more of those games and get that $60 worth out of them.
Well,
maybe you're missing out on something.
He's right.
Really good game.
This is a terrible attack that's happening on me. This is an attack that's happening during the list. This is a game based. This is games on the list. If you've got a game that you've played that has gone down in value, this is the time to say it. Forever now or hold your peace.
I did buy a bunch of games on Steam sales, and they keep going lower and lower. The more I keep,
let's get us one. Steam sales are crazy. You know, you spend way too much money on games on Steam sales. Let's hear about one game. Just one. What game pops out for you there on that Steam sale that you bought that went down in price?
I bought. Honestly, I can't remember one specific one. I'm sorry, Robbie.
Robbie, people in the chat
we appreciate your call, Alan. We got people in the chat talking
Charles,
about
Charles Mittens thinks that maybe
we got Charles Mittens.
They
on the
think
chat.
that maybe you bought the Okami HD Switch port and you didn't play it.
I have not bought the Okami HD Switch port, and I almost did buy it for $14.99, and I actually have not seen it on the Nintendo Switch for less than that. But the problem is, or not the problem, but this is maybe the solution, is that I already own Okami HD on the PlayStation 3 because it was a PS.
And you did,
it was a PS Plus game.
And you did play it. It's not on the list.
I have not played it yet. It's not on the list.
It's not on the list. St. Lucas asked
on the list.
Darkest Dungeon.
Darkest Dungeon is not on the list, and I can tell you that Darkest Dungeon is not on the list for a very good reason. Darkest Dungeon is not on the list because I bought it for $36.99. I bought caller on the air with a Electronic Game Information. I'm explaining something about how Darkest Dungeon, why it's not on the list. $36.99. I did play it. I played a lot of it. But the problem was that I got the Ancestral Edition a year ago before they added the Color of Madness DLC, and that I had to buy for another $3.50. And I just saw they put Ancestral Edition on sale for $34.99 with the Color of Madness DLC.
Is it on the list?
So that would hold on. So my total price for it was $36.99 plus $3.49, so $39.47 or 48 plus the minus the $34.99 for the Ancestral Edition. Caller, you're on the air with Electronic Game Information.
On the list?
It's not on the list.
Okay.
Darkest Dungeon Ancestral Edition is not on the list. Caller, what do you think about that?
I think that it should be on the list. I bought it for a very expensive price, and I personally feel betrayed by
Wait.
not being on the list.
I can't find my pen. Caller, how much did you spend on Darkest Dungeon you bought it on the Nintendo Switch?
Robbie, it's your list.
It's not it's everyone's list, Alan. It's everyone. It's not on my list.
I didn't understand. I thought it was just games that you bought.
It's not just games I bought. Sometimes it's games that other people bought. There's not really any rules, okay? So the problem with the caller is that how much did you spend on Octopath Traveler?
I bought the Ancestral Edition, and I paid
Octopath Traveler Ancestral
$70.
Edition for $49.99?
No, $70.
$70. Well, that's twice as much as $34.99. How do you explain that?
I got gypped.
Oh, thank you for your call. We got to go down the list. We got another wonderful game on the list. It's Owl Bowl. Owlboy is on the list because I spent. How much did I spend on Owlboy, Alan? How much did you spend on Owlboy, Alan?
That's not the kind of game I buy. I did not buy it, but I guess it's probably
Alan,
$10 or
$10. You did not spend $10 on it because you didn't buy it, so I bought it for $18. But I did see it on sale for the Nintendo Switch for $14.99. Alan, I've noticed something about my skin, which is that when I get hot in a space that doesn't have any ventilation, my skin does itch. It itches quite a bit. So if you see me scratching my face, I'm not being attacked by insects.
Uneasy_robotic leg says Robbie's hands are dripping. I think people have noticed this condition that you have.
Owlboy on $15.99 on the Nintendo Switch, $14.99.
Thief 2, the Metal Age.
We got a phone call coming through the line here. We got someone who bought maybe. Let's see. We're going to take a shot in the dark here. Caller, did you buy Sonic Mania?
I actually did, yes.
So how much did you spend on Sonic Mania?
Maybe like in the 40s, 30s.
You spent $40 on Sonic Mania. You spent $40 on a game that's $20 at launch.
Isn't it free now?
It's free now.
I know, it's crazy. Okay, I was stupid.
What the hell is going on? It's E3 2019. People can't be spending $40 on $20 games.
Especially a Sonic game. Those games don't even make sense.
What are you talking about, Alan? Sonic games are the silly. You just run. You just go. Just go as fast as you can.
Yeah, but then no, because there's jumping parts. It doesn't make sense because you can't control him.
Alan, this just in, the top of my head also itches when it gets very hot inside.
Well, it is the perfect temperature in the chat. It is not too hot, it's not too cold, and I wish I was in there with my buddy Robbie, but I'm happy to be in a temperature
I'm sorry
room.
for your loss. You spent $20 on something that you probably could have spent on could have put that $20 towards a 2-game voucher for $99.99, $20 off, $79.99.
Robbie, 1.0 in the chat, they bought Owlboy on Steam before realizing that they already owned Owlboy.
Well, that's a terrible thing. That's happened to me so many unbelievable amount of times. That's happened to me. I've bought games on Steam on Humble Bundle. I didn't even realize I owned it. I bought it on Steam. How much money did I even spend? $600?
$700.
That's insane. Where do people get all this money from? Listen, I got $700 for eShop credit. Caller, you're on the air with electronic game information. We're talking about Owlboy, we're talking about Sonic Mania, and now we're talking about Horizon Chase. Caller, how much did you spend on Horizon Chase? We know you got it. $7 on Horizon Chase. That's an amazing deal. If I had bought... You know what, Alan? This is one of those rare things where it's a game that's on the list. Horizon Chase is
Zero
on the
Dawn.
list. No, Horizon
PlayStation
Zero Dawn
4.
is not on the list. I bought Horizon Zero Dawn for $10, which is the lowest I've seen it for. I've seen it for $9.99. That's what I bought it for. And now Horizon Chase is a racing game. It's a throwback to those wonderful Super Nintendo racing games like Lotus and Lamborghini. It's just $10. Or how much did you call it? How much did you pay for Horizon Chase? I can't rightly see. It's the sweat's in the eyes, the hair's in the eyes. It's all happening. It's all E3 2019. It's all on the air.
$7.
So we are crossing it on the list. Thank you so much for your call. We are got one last call back to Alan in the chat. Alan, how you doing? You're looking good. You're feeling
good.
The temperature in here is just climbing rapidly.
It's really nice in the chat. It's actually like being on a breezy beach, and I love that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your call, Alan.
Back to you, Robbie.
We'll talk to you in a week.
E3 2019.
E3 2019 starts next week. E3 2019. I mean, we started this show in E3 2018, and that was a whole year ago. So, you know, think about what happens in a year. Think about how many games you can play in a year, how much value you can get out of the games that you own. think about the temperature in the room that you're in, and ways to turn the temperature down. You got to keep your gaming consoles cool and running smoothly, because when you sweat too much, and it's E3 2019, it's the summer, it's Los Angeles, and it's just a hell of a time to not be able to control the temperature around you. So thank you for your call, and we will see everyone here again next week for Electronic Game Information's continuing coverage of E3 2019. We are looking for your fan art. We love seeing all the fan art that came in this week. If we missed your fan art, don't worry. Alan's going to come back to work, and he is going to find all the fan art that he lost. Send your fan art to electronicgameinformation@gmail.com. You can send it to our Twitter account at EGI with Robby. It's up there, up on the screen. You can also send it to our Instagram at Electronic Game Information, at Electronic Game Information. That's Instagram. It's 2019. And we have ways to see you on those sites. We can see what your account names are, and we can more easily make sure you get the credit you deserve. We'll be back here next week with lots of continuing coverage. Hopefully the air conditioning will be fixed. Alan, I hope you had a nice time, and we'll be back next week. Oh.